A novel about human relationships. Interacting in reality. By Nothing Assange. Part
1. The plane. I am now in the plane, the reason for my concern and my confusion and extreme tensile. Travel worries me, especially plane ride. This iron cage fly me now in the sky, makes me feel scared. I said to myself, now I am suffering from two reasons for concern. Travel itself and the plane ride. Okay, here is the seat that will sit in it. I see a good girl next to me, perhaps she feels scared, too. I approach them and thrown gently greeting. It seems that my seat is near the window. The girl stood, answered is better than expected. She said, yes, do you want to change your seat? No, thank you, I need window. She said, welcome. Good start. She seems to me a polite girl. Her smile aired satisfaction in myself and she encouraged me to ask about the destination. Spontaneously she told me calmly, I travel from place to place. She told me about the benefits of travel, and her deep love to it, and appended to her words with a beautiful voice, saying, it is nice to recognize the human world landmarks. To see new areas and live with people to taste the sweetness of the differences between the habits of places. She looked to the window and said, beautiful thing to understand life through the identification of others of mankind. Her deep words made me a good listener, then turned directly by asking me, do not you think so? I zestful her words about praising travel, it is my concern and the reason for my fear. I replied with a smile, your talk about travel makes me feel calm. I've got a strange feeling. I thought that people are scared and tired of hopping. This is actually how I feel. She said, life is beautiful when we get deeper in it. Anxiety kills the beauty of things, which is bestowed by God on us. I understood it was locked, and not like me. I looked to the forefront, everyone sat and appeared beautiful stewardess of the plane cabin. She looked closer, looked left and right, to make sure the case of passengers sitting in their seats. I paid attention to the girl, her beautiful voice draws me. I imagine that I hear a voice from heaven say, travel in the land, a speech for us to recognize and act on this earth. I said to myself, she is beautiful but religiously, I do not understand how beauty met with militancy, also educated girl, and mastered the beautiful words. I remembered my Marxist fathers, is mocked religion and faith. And I was born in my family a free and liberal. I do not like religious people. I was reading the novels of Wilson and Sartre. I love women, but I did not sleep with one so far. I looked around her irradiated face, she paid attention to me and whispered, God made you into nations to know each other. The people have to know each other and learn from other cultures because the limited vision of the other become deep when approaching the cultures of others. We increase our stock of knowledge about human life. I felt strangely comfortable after that girl talk. Anxiety is a great part of my life and the lives of my family. I asked her with a feeling of shame, are you not worried when you travel by plane? The girl answers were a source of calm. She said, there are controls. Do not go overboard in fear and anxiety. Enjoy the grace of civilization and remember the difference between traveling in our day and age of the grandparents. This thinking is causing you to feel comfortable. I said, controls. She said, yes. The rising. We connect the belts and the plane started to rise. I felt something different in my stomach, internal pain weird, and I lost hearing. The voices disappeared. I was scared. I turned towards my colleague. I said, I do not hear anything. She smiled and said to me, swallow your saliva. I swallow my saliva and began to hear the sounds around me. Then she took out chewing gum and gave me, said gently, "Take it and chew, feel comfortable." I said, "Does this benefit?" She said, "Try it." I looked out the plane through the window. It is the clouds. I fly high at space, into the iron vessel. I cannot become what I tried. I decided to speak frankly with girl. I told her, I do not feel comfortable. I do not believe in metaphysical powers. I am an atheist. She smiled and asked me for my name. I said, "Karl, this name is grainy for my father. He is a Marxist and chose this name for me." She said, "My name is Mary and my father an atheist, also." I said, "Wondrous. But you are religious." She said, "Do not expect that everyone are one of a kind, cannot for the life to continue on this case." I said, "How?" She said, "Our differences in thinking, provides us an opportunity for integration and development. We are not a duplicate. If we had one copy, no need for frequent, one person is enough. What do you think? Are you a Catholic?" She said, "My mother Catholic." "And you?" She said, "No, I do not fix my religion so far." "What?" She said, "What is the problem? You mention religiously." She said, "Yes, I believe in the existence of unseen." "Sorry, I do not understand." She said, "I believe in the existence of the creator of the universe. I feel my responsibility to this great creator, but I do not fix, exactly, how I arrange my relationship with him. I have not clarified the real verdicts from him. This is something new, has not occurred to me. Is it a new religion?" She said, "Oh, no, it's kind of logical thinking, it is not a traditional." I feel that the issue has become more ambiguous. Great mind. I felt she possesses a great mind. I wanted to ask her age. But I did not dare. I know that women do not want this question. I'm 24 now. I feel a pyramid, but she looks like a young flower. It has ample knowledge than her age. I thought to know the age of a malicious way. I asked her, "Why do you travel now?" She smiled and said, "I was in the house of my aunt, in your city Bali. And now go back to our home in our city Spatel. Are you a student?" She said. "I entered the university this year." I said. "What are you studying?" She said. "Architecture." I said. "When you finished secondary studies?" She said. "Before 2 years." I understood that her age about 20 years. I meant to get to know her more. I asked why architecture? I know that women do not like the engineering study. She looked to the host in the plane, which approached towards us with a food cart. She took the box from the host, and put it on my podium. She said, "To eat now, before the food cools." I love airlines cooking. The food was delicious in the plane. I know this for the first time. I felt relieved and forgot my fear and my anxiety. She did not ask me about the reason for my trip. I'd like that. I said to myself, I will ask her more, hoping she can ask me. I decided to raise an intellectually debate with her. I asked her. "A little while ago, you said, there are controls. What do you mean?" She smiled and said to me, "Are you a student or what?" I said, "I am a technical technician." She said, "Where do you work?" I felt satisfaction from her questions, and I said to myself, that's what I waited. Well, I can now talk about myself. Pushed my back into the seat. I tried to choose the appropriate phrases. I said. I completed a secondary technique. And now I work in BMM, the famed car factory in my city Bali, the company has sent me for. I said. The purpose of training in our branch in the city of Spatel. I love my work, the company is interested in developing my skills. She smiled and said. Do you expect from the company that kill you? I did not understand his words. I said surprising. The company will try to kill me, why? Whispered gently, they will not kill you, because they need you to work, so you will not die as long as the divine company need you. The reality. I felt sorry because I opened up this topic with her, is filled with religious ideas. It seems that this girl does not understand the reality, she lives in another world. I tried to be nice and understanding and I asked her, what do you mean by divine company? She did not feel sorry because my question, she told me quietly. We all work in a large company, that manages the project life. I said. This is the words of religious, I do not believe them, I am a secular upbringing and my father is Marxist and my direction is existentialism. She said. I read about it, it is philosophical stream tends to full freedom of thought without restrictions and emphasizes the human uniqueness, and that his thinking and freedom of will and choice and does not need to prompt, and I think it allows free thinking man, why are you hesitant? I said. I'm not a hard, I am a liberal. She said. So why should you reject pluralism, and do not open to other ideas? I said. I feel that the idea of faith in the unseen is old, it because of the ignorance and backwardness. She said. Do you think the existence of gravitational force between the masses or not? I said. Yes, that we have studied in physics. Our saggy teacher Charlie was talking about mass attractions and I laugh whenever look to his paunch. She said. Do you believe that the existence of gravity between objects? I said. Yes, of course, that Charlie told us. She said. Do you see it? I said. He did not attend with him. She said. But you believed him. I said. What is the relationship between that and our subject? She said. Yes, the topic is the feeling of the existence, which we cannot see him. Suddenly, the plane shook abnormally, and got inside the plane complete silence, and dimmed the lights inside and then returned to the ignition. Without a sense of me. I grabbed the arm of Mary and I was scared, look out the window, trying to see anything. Outside was dark. Pierced by flashes of lightning, which it reveals the rain, which was heard and signed by the wing of the plane. Mary quickly pulled her hand, he turned to me and said, calm down please. Thunder hit our plane, we felt the vehicle shaking, the lights went out and then came back, and passed 10 minutes. We are in the grip of this wild weather. I felt it second after second. Finally our aircraft found a safe way through a wide gap in the clouds, it went towards a blue sky sparkle star away from the wrath of the storm.